I don't have any more information about this life thing than you do. And remember, no one does.
Here we are, welcome the new earth.
Hi, it's Lauren. Welcome to another lyric analysis video. Today's song is called New Earth, and it is the 17th song overall and the second song in the purple section, which is associated with the crown chakra and the connection to the divine or spiritual or source. There's a lot of talk about New Earth and the ascension. It's basically all about like raising the frequency of the planet so we live with more love. Our society is very like ego-based and power over others instead of a society based on authenticity and cooperation. So that's essentially it. There are a lot of topics. There are topics such as going from 3D, third dimensional thinking, which is very like deterministic, ego-based power over others, to fifth dimensional, which is like expression through love. And there's topics such as star seeds, and then the indigo crystal and rainbow children, which it's not black and white, but from what I've read, I really think these star seeds and the indigo crystal rainbows are like pretty much the same thing. It's the idea that people incarnate here who've had other experiences that's stored in their subconscious of like a different way to exist, and just to bring that and see if people would be interested. But with this song specifically, I want to focus on what that actually means. It's about realizing that your thoughts and emotions and beliefs are what create your reality. Okay, so let's just get right into the lyrics. First verse is, I did everything right, but here I am, deteriorating, never having really lived. So I spent my childhood and my 20s basically thinking that I could fix these bad feelings inside with success. It was all external based. And the other idea was that like no matter how bad you feel, you keep going, you keep pushing. It was the idea that hard work and pain were synonymous with success. So essentially it was this idea that the harder I work, the more I will get. The more pain I endure, the more pleasure I will get. And I did that my whole life, and because I was so afraid of failure, no matter the cost, no matter how bad it made me feel, so I would do anything to reach that goal of success because people told me it would be worth it. And I have found that that just simply isn't true. The more pain and suffering I was in, the more pain and suffering I seemed to attract. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to put effort and work into your goals, but working towards your goals should be satisfying at least most of the time. There will be times, of course, when you feel frustrated, don't want to continue, but if every day is this agonizing torture, the goal will absolutely not be worth it. So, in my lyrics, I did everything right. No matter how bad I felt, I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. But here I am, deteriorating, because it was killing me, physically, emotionally. And also because I felt like a failure, because how come I'm putting all this effort in and getting nothing? There must be something wrong with me. So deteriorating, never having really lived. I was miserable, and so I thought the way to combat that was to just like put my head down and keep working harder, and that the goal would be worth it. And when you're young, it works a little bit better. As you get older, you keep delaying and delaying gratification. And then 10, 20 years go by, 30 years go by, and you realize you spent most of that in agony. And the little bits of satisfaction that you got weren't worth it at all. So I didn't live during that time because I was preparing for this future that would be perfect. Because that's the only way I could justify the amount of pain I was in and all of the symptoms I was pushing through, because people told me they weren't real. Next part. Don't get me wrong, I've checked a lot off the list. Experiences that haven't been worth it. So if you look at my life on paper, like I've done a lot of cool things. Let me think of some. I have actually done, I went to art school. I was like a professional level dancer. I've done speeches at high schools with NAMI. I've done aerial silks, hoop. I've been in like a trapeze show. I taught myself gymnastics like as an adult, and I got further along than when I was a kid. I was in LA. We were in a band in LA. It was called Borderline Delusion, which is just, now that I look back, it's funny. It was this one rapper. We went to his house. I like locked him out of his bathroom. We were on a radio show, and I worked at a treatment center in mental health, like all these musicals that I've been in, musicals, plays. So lots of really cool opportunities, but I never let myself enjoy them because I thought if I let myself enjoy it, then it would stagnate me and I wouldn't move forward. This not allowing yourself to be happy until you're perfect, it makes the experience of life not worth it. Then it goes, I'm fueled by shame. I work myself to the ground to earn the right to feel okay. I wouldn't allow myself to feel okay until I felt like I had done enough. But I never felt like I had done enough. And also the idea that I felt like I had to earn the right to feel okay. Like I can't just have an unproductive day and then feel okay, because that means I'll fail. But by following that, I failed anyway. And it's quite a hellish trap to be in. Then it goes, I can't escape. Right? Because I put myself in basically an inescapable situation. I can't be happy until I achieve my goals. But because I'm so miserable and sick, I can't get to those goals. And then it goes, am I trapped because I'm me, or is it three-dimensional reality? Am I the problem? Am I weak and pathetic and not strong enough? Or is society the problem? Were they telling me the wrong things? That was the choice I had to make. And so when I say three-dimensional reality, we are living in three-dimensional Earth right now. By now, it's probably like we're in fourth density as we're like slowly ascending, but third-dimensional Earth is, think of the chakras. The third chakra is the solar plexus. It's all about ego and identity and power. So the first is the root. It's all about our base needs and security. Second, orange. It's about emotion and connection. And third is solar plexus, which is all about identity. Now the next one, which in my opinion we really need to move into, is from the heart, where just being yourself also helps the world. But right now we're here. And it's all about domination and power and struggle over others. It's also like scarcity mindset. There's a winner and a loser. But I'm telling you, and I know this, that society can function in a win-win scenario. But our perspectives have to change. And a win-win scenario is all about cooperation. People aren't better than other people. We're just different. We all find out who we are, what we're good at, and just being our true selves, which we love and enjoy, also helps the world. So it's a win-win situation, but we cannot perceive that from this ego-based place. Maybe I just refuse to adapt to a way of living when I know in my heart and soul there is a better way. So maybe I'm not the problem. Maybe I'm the one that's allergic to bullshit. So, chorus. It goes, here we are, welcome the new earth. Just to be clear, because there's a lot of stuff in spiritual circles, new earth is not someone coming down to save you. That's the whole ego-based thing of you pray to a god. That's not how it is. The people that people call gods are just other people with more awareness. Just at a different level of reality. You could become them with time and effort. Probably not in this lifetime, but at some point, in the space-time of this universe. So the new Earth is all about my thoughts, ideas, feelings, and beliefs are what create my reality. If I want to change my reality, it is my responsibility to change those beliefs. I'm not a victim of circumstance. So it is a paradox because in a way we also definitely are victims. We're victims of our own ignorance, and that's okay. So please have empathy for people and yourself for not figuring it out right away. You can be the victim, but also be the one with the power to change that. But it's not going to happen right away, so while you are changing it, you will still be a victim, and that's okay. Two things can be true at the same time. So it says, you're in your own way. What do you think you're worth? If you don't think you're worthy of a good life, you won't get one. You're not a victim, but also at this stage of the journey, you are, because there's a lot to learn. Gotta love yourself at every stage of the journey and be honest. What do you think that you deserve? Not when you reach your ideal self or enlightenment. What do you feel that you deserve right now? Do you feel deserving of good things right now, or do you feel like you have to earn them? Because I felt like I had to earn them, and I still do. It's still something I'm working on. And so the next line is, that's what you'll get, a blessing or curse. If you truly believe in your subconscious that you are deserving of good things now, that's what you'll get. If you believe you deserve a hellish life, your life will become that. And these beliefs are hard to get to because they're in the subconscious, but they're there. Listen to the gut feelings you have when you say certain things about yourself. All right, next verse. The energy feels like it's not on my side. People only remember their hate and fear and lies. So I feel like I'm swimming upstream with these ideas and beliefs, probably stemming from this constant feeling of failure. Then it says, people only remember their hate and fear and lies. That's sometimes what it seems like. Sometimes it seems like people would rather hate either other people or themselves, or give in to fear, or lie and manipulate to preserve an image than face the truth, or even face the possibility that there's a better way. Then it goes, but I expect to fail because I'm not enough. As much as I'm like preaching all this stuff, love yourself, like, I don't believe it. I still don't believe it. I can tell from the way that I feel every day. It's like who I am now isn't enough. Once I like either make enough money or help enough people, or I'm successful enough, or I'm pretty enough, or I'm organized enough, or clean enough, etc., then I can be happy. That's a coping mechanism for feeling I don't have any value if I have flaws. Then it says, if I look for something good, maybe it will find us. So the way to reprogram your subconscious is to change what you focus on. If you're a pessimist, when you look at the world, you will mostly notice the bad things, while an optimist can look at the same world and notice mostly the good things. Your brain needs evidence of a new belief before it will change it. And so you have to build evidence that this belief is true. You have to look and notice the good things that you normally wouldn't have noticed because you were stuck in an old mindset. And if you keep doing that, that belief will eventually change. But it can take a while, and you've got to love yourself in the process. So eventually, when you change that belief, the good things will start coming to you. Maybe. I hope. Just so you know, like, I don't have any more information about this life thing than you do. And remember, no one does. Like, there's so many people that sit here with all this confidence and they're like, this is how reality works. Like, no one knows. We're all just bullshitting. So don't discount your own intuition, because that's all we have. We're just packaging it in a way that makes it look like we know what we're talking about. With that being said, though, my intuition is strong. with this particular topic. So, all right, bridge. Then the music goes and it says, "Hear that beat? It's been too long. That's my song." If you remember the first song, Hear the Beat, this is a reference to that heartbeat, living from the heart, that life force energy. And it's the idea like, oh, it's been too long since I've felt like who I am. That's my song. That's my identity. That's who I am. My authenticity, genuineness, etc. Then it goes back to the song we sung before rejection stung. Because of attachment needs and societal pressure, a lot of us changed who we are so we wouldn't be rejected. It was a survival tactic as a child, but now that we're adults, that software belief has to be updated. And we realize that it's okay if people don't like us and reject us. In fact, it's good, because who wants to spend time with people who constantly drain them? And it goes back to the truth before lost souls distracted us. So the truth is that we can live in a better world where everyone gets their needs met. Not tomorrow, because the mindset and life is not supposed to be this torturous as it is here. Life is supposed to be this experience of being who you are, and that uniqueness of who you are helps the world. It should be a win-win situation. Life is so hard here. It's so torturous, it's so cruel. So it's back to the truth before lost souls distracted us. So the truth is that life can be better. It doesn't have to be as torturous as it is. And the lost souls are the ones that have kind of made us forgotten that. By lost souls, like people who've lost the connection to their heart and their genuineness and their authenticity and love and compassion. So they've lost that, probably because of pain, generational trauma, etc. So then it becomes this you versus me, power over others game, which we've been playing on Earth for far too long. And then it says, "You're the creator of, everything reflects from the one." We have forgotten that we are the creators of our own life and our reality, and that we are all one, and that every person is a reflection of that greater source of the one. So no one's better than other people. We're just different. You don't have to like everyone, but you also don't have to kill them. Just let them do their own thing. Then there's the chorus again. "Here we are, welcome the new earth. You're in your own way, what do you think you're worth? Love yourself, what do you think you deserve? That's what you'll get, a blessing or curse." So same. And then this is a new verse. "It's not what you do, but how you feel." That's why a lot of the experiences in my life haven't been worth it, because I've been doing the thing, but not dealing with the emotional aspect. So you can distract yourself with something fun physically for a while, but the thing outside of you isn't what makes you happy. It's how it makes you feel. So a lot of things that we're doing, we're feeling just completely soulless. Hell can look like paradise without love to heal. I mean, I was living in a great world, like externally, nice house, food, activities, all this stuff. But the emotional landscape was so horrific that from a visual perspective, like my life looks like paradise, but it felt like a hell because of how much I despise myself. People look at celebrities and like, they have everything. How could they be unhappy? It's that same kind of dynamic of they thought the external thing would fix this hole inside of them and it didn't. And then they're celebrities. They've achieved enough that should have filled that hole and it didn't. And then that was their coping mechanism and it failed and they don't know how to find a new one. Because the world told them this fame would fix them, and it didn't. It didn't. It never will. Without love to heal. We want to try not to leech off each other. We want to try to strengthen each other. I don't know why I have to say that out loud, but apparently it's so obvious to me. I'm yeah. And then it says, okay, if you have the frequency that I'm not enough, reality will reflect that back to us. So the law of attraction is basically that everything is a frequency. And the frequency you emit, or the conversation you have with the universe, is what will be reflected back to you. So if you have this belief that I'm not enough, the universe will give you situations that will confirm that belief. Your reality will become a reflection of that belief, and your reality will become a nightmare. Last part. Here we are, welcome the new earth, which you have to create. No one's going to come down and save you. You get to decide, is life a blessing or curse? You're the one that gets to decide that. So it's your choice. And if you're choosing that life is a curse, why do you think that's what you deserve? Thanks so much for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.
What do you think you deserve? That's what you'll get. A blessing or curse.